Hello and welcome to today's video. We are back at Munkivuori, which seems to be quite a hub for these minibus lines, and yes, that's correct. We will be creating another minibus line here today. The line is number 34, which will run from the Munkivuori shopping center to Kaskisaari, an island between Helsinki and Espoo. And, well, there is very little else to add at this point, so let's just go on and start creating it. We will start at Munkivuoren ostoskeskus and stop at Ulvilantie 11. And from there we will then go on to Docentintie and to Professorintie and to Perustie. After Perustie we will stop at Tiilimäki. And after Tiilimäki we will stop at a stop called Saunalahdentie, which is over here. From Saunalahdentie we will move on to Gärdskytten puisto, Gärdskyttes park, not straight, but before going there, I will just have to see how the line returns. So, okay. It does stop at Saunalahdentie to the other direction, but the stop is in such a strange place that what I think I will do here is I will create the following stop after Saunalahdentie this way round, which is Kalastadatorpan tie. Let's move on to the Swedish-speaking map at this point and have a look at how this actually unfolds on the stop map. Okay, an interesting turn of events. We'll place the double stop here. And it's called Kalastajatorpan tie Fiskartorpsvägen. Okay, thank you. There we go. I will create it as a double track until that crossing where I will let the tracks sort of split. And the way they are split is that direction will run that direction will run to there, and that direction will run through there. And that's probably going to solve the case in a manner which I can accept and which will function. After Kalastajatorpan tie, the line will stop at Gärdskytten puisto, Gärdskyttes park. As there is no stop with that name in there, I will just have to create it over here and then face the consequences of merging this. Sorry about that. Short stretch of track with the existing network. There we go. Should work properly right now. So then we'll connect the. Okay, thanks for prolonging the platforms of the stop again. I will most likely have to live with this decision. And then we'll move it. Come on, can't be that difficult, thank you. On to there. Then let's build this stretch of track, or line, or road, as you put it. So after Saunalahden tie, it's Kalastajatorpan tie and Gärdshytten puisto. Now it runs along the ordinary line with Kuusisaaren tie. Wait. No, Kuusiniemen tie. Kuusisaaren kuja. But after that, it will turn onto Lehtisaari. And there the following first stop is Papinpöydän kuja. Interesting, and you stop. Pressbussgränden. So all of the rest of this line will be new. There. Yep. And after Papinpöydän kuja will obviously be turning left to Lehtisaaren tie, Lööväin. That's correct. What? Wait, yes, Lehtisaaren tie, Lööväin. And then I'll be cautious with creating the signals because I know what's coming next. After Lehtisaaren tie, it's gonna be a Lehdesniityn tie, which is gonna be right at the end of that little detour there. Lehdesniityn tie, Löövängsväin. Let's place over here. There we go. And then let's just nicely loop this track in here, as it does in real life, almost. It doesn't really function this way in the real world, but this is as close as it gets with this game engine. And then it would probably, or it would in reality, stop again at Lehtisaaren tie, but that's an issue we can't fix at the moment. So we will move on to Pyhän Laurin tie, Sankt Larsväg. Oops. Almost correct. Sankt Larsväg. That's it. And then we will connect it with the track in here, or the line in here. I will be cautious enough to create another turn into there, although I think that won't be necessary because it will run through the Lehdesniityn tie stop even on its way back. After Pyhän Laurin tie, it will then turn right in there and stop at Hiidenkiukaan tie, called Jätterösvägen. It's actually two separate stops, but once again, there we go. this part of the track with the previously created road. That's it. And then let's create a nice little loop at the end of the line. Nope, nope. There we go. Another very photorealistic interpretation of how things are going. After that little loop there's just a couple of stops left. There is another Hiidenkiukantie stop. Okay, interesting. Well, we're nevertheless created. Oops. So here we go. Hiidenkiukantie Jätteläsväin. Come on. Okay, the keyboard refuses cooperation right now. That's it. And then it connects with that line and that. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And then the following stop will be called Kalkkipaaden puisto. Kalkstensparken. It's just before the end of the, or before the cape, or before the bay there. Come on. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. And after Kalkkipaaden puisto, we will stop at Kaskisaari. And that in... Wait! That's a different place. That's a different place. We're very close to Katajasaari. Kaskisaari, Svedjeholmen. And the stop is located right over here. Done that for it. And then we're back on the ground level. And obviously we're going to need to loop this little thing over here. So that's it. And that's it. Oops. Oops. And this is it. That's the end of the line. Let's just, before we move on, let's just see if it runs back this similar pattern. Yes, it does. Good, because there is one line which does its tricks. And we will get to those tricks probably in the few coming videos, but not today. And there we go. And let's build this track or this road, and then let's try to see how this thing will be figured out. We will stop there, we will stop there, and we will stop there. Then we skip those two stops in order to maintain the possibility of actually operating this line in the way it's supposed to be operated. And now we will use these two stops like that. And then we will go back to the line over here, and this will be about it. Ready. 13 kilometers, 37 stops. And the timetable. The line will run hourly, but the closest to 0 is a half an hour. So this line will then, in that case, run every half an hour. Intriguing, isn't it? Line 34, as it said, and I will actually need 2 buses to run it every half an hour, so that's gonna be it. And that's it. Line number, what did I say? 34 is ready, and I will be back tomorrow with a new minibus line, which will not be the last one, but the second last one in the city of Helsinki. But that's it. Line 24 is finished, and I will return tomorrow with a new video. So until then, bye.